Good evening, everyone. This is Geek-Posium. My name is Darren Silvers. We are starting early today because we have things to do tomorrow. So, welcome to a special Tuesday broadcast.
Yeah, sorry, it's my fault, guys.
That's all right. It's okay because the world has gone insane and everyone
Yes.
has decided outright that the one thing that they need above everything else is clowns.
In case of evil clown, pull string. Sounds good to me.
Honk, honk.
What?
People have found the clown girl from Ace Attorney. I want to say the second game. I don't remember which. I know she's not in the first. I think she's in the second game, and she has fake boobs. You've seen my. If anyone's in the MagFest 21 Plus group, you've seen my video, or was it Colossal 21 Plus? One of those.
I don't
21
know.
Plus
One
groups.
of them.
I got the point where she freaks out and she snaps her suspenders and her fake boobs that are balloons just pop, and then above it I have Patrick and SpongeBob going, they were fake. Like, I go, of course they were fake. So that's been a thing. It has been just an overwhelmingly weird week. There's not a lot of information about anything. But there was one thing that happened this week. Disney is learning that hate promotion doesn't work.
Yep.
It is the second weekend of Buzz Lightyear dropped 74%.
74%.
74%. What does this mean? Well, it made $50 million in its first week
because it's beloved franchise.
And while that is true, my problem with that is, and will continue to be, the simple fact that, hey, idiots, no one in their right mind wanted a Buzz Lightyear action movie.
I mean, had they done it right, I would have been interested.
Had they made it like the Buzz Lightyear cartoon forever ago, I'm pretty sure parents would have been like, hey, I can bring my kid, they'll watch it. And they could have gotten a voice actor that sounds like Tim Allen. I'm not saying you needed Tim Allen, but
you didn't.
I
would have preferred Tim Allen, but
I also would have preferred Tim Allen, but at least find someone who's close to
sounds like him.
Yes. They chose Chris Evans for reasons.
Because they wanted a name, but they didn't. They wanted a name who was politically acceptable.
That makes no sense to me at all. I mean, Chris Evans is a big draw name, but
he sounds completely different from the original character.
And if the whole point is Buzz Lightyear, his toys probably sound like him, I would expect the actor that sounds like Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, just a thought process.
Who was the voice of Buzz in Buzz Lightyear and Star Command?
I don't remember, but it was one of those guys who does really, really good impressions. I want to say it's the guy. I want to say it's the guy that did the voice acting for Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Okay.
He's a legend in the voice acting community. He's just great at everything that he does. So that's just an ongoing thing. I'm trying to get a few other video.
He probably would have been cheaper than Chris Evans.
Thought process there, but that's an ongoing thing. But so at first, the very first week, I was like, well, the reason it didn't do as well as we predicted was because of sexism and homophobia and blah. And everyone's like, this is a kids movie, isn't it?
It's a kids movie,
or it's supposed to be a kids movie, but you're not very good at it. No one really wanted a live, like an actiony Buzz Lightyear. We kind of just wanted Buzz Lightyear like the cartoon, or like something that we could bring the kids to. If it's something acceptable for like a 4, 5, 6-year-old, cool, great, awesome. And it came out on Father's Day weekend, which means if you had gotten something close to that, it would have been.
It would have made bank because it came out Father's Day weekend. A lot of fathers would have said, "Hey, this is related to something I liked as a kid,
and my kids can sit through it, and they won't pester me." You know, simple. I thought about that, but so that's a thing. But now it's been 2 weeks, and a lot of other articles saying, here are the 3 things wrong. Number 1, You try to hate promote it. Stop doing that. That doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Hate promote only works in wrestling.
Hate promote only works in wrestling. Yeah, that's true.
No, wrestling and boxing. Because then, I mean, it worked for Floyd Mayweather.
I mean, that's true.
Floyd Mayweather made more money off than any other boxer ever because of people hating him.
That is very.
But
very
that's
true.
because it was, oh, we're gonna go watch him get beat up. And then he never got beat up.
Sorry. So what I think is funny and absolutely hilarious is that that was the very first thing that they did. Like, listen, yelling at people who say, "Hey, if you don't like your kids seeing lesbians make out on screen, tough for you, bigot." And I go, that's not very.
That's not good. That's not going to assure parents who are concerned in the first place.
And that's also most parents are like, listen, I don't need like heavy petting in my kids movie. But
straight,
honestly, it was
bi or homosexual. They don't want heavy petting in a movie intended for 4-year-olds.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why most parents don't let their kids go to Pride. It's aggressively gay. It's also why most parents don't let their kids go out to bars at 2 a.m. because it's aggressively heterosexual.
Yes.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you've never been to a bar at 2 a.m. and had a good time. Let me just tell you, all right? You're not living your life. You've had a sad, prudent existence. That's or you're under the age of 21. Either or.
Or that.
But the point of all of this is, and will continue to be, that was the very first thing. And frankly, that there was no like heavy make out petting thing, but they made it seem like it was that. It was a simple peck, and no one really cared. And I didn't give a fuck. I don't know anyone who really gave a fuck about it. They were like, I don't really care about the kissing thing. The only thing I care about is this a good movie for my kids? The second issue they had was they had the actors like telling people, if you don't follow my ideology or don't accept the things that of these people, then don't watch the movie. Thanks, Chris Evans.
Okay.
Way to if you don't like gay people, get out. I mean, I just want to send my kids to watch a kids movie. I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird thing to say.
You exclude people, and then you wonder why they don't watch yours. You say don't watch my thing, and then you wonder why people aren't watching your thing.
I don't even understand that. I don't get why you would even bring that up. Like, hey, bring your kids. It's a fun movie. It's this. It's that. Promote.
Yeah.
Promote. Don't demote.
Yeah. Promote.
Promote, not demote. You want to. That's an ongoing thing. I don't know why. I mean, Tom Cruise is still saying thank you to people on Twitter.
Yes.
About what? Which, by the way, Top Gun 2 just reached $1 billion.
It's gonna reach more. Part of the reason we're doing this at 6 is I'm actually gonna go see it again tonight.
I'm actually gonna go check it out this weekend. So,
one of my buddies was like, "Hey, do you want to go see Top Gun in IMAX?" I've already seen it, but sure.
I haven't
seen it in IMAX
yet. Let's Danger Zone. And the third thing they said was, you guys didn't promote this as a kids movie. You made this to be an action movie that's animated. And while that'll bring in adults, Toy Story is a kids.
It's
movie.
a kids franchise.
It's a kids franchise.
They were advertising to adults, thinking that the kids would be built in.
No, you advertise to kids, so that they'll pester their parents to take them to the movie, or the parents will go, "Oh, hey, I can go check out with this." Word of mouth did not help them at all, because a lot of people who went to go and see it on Father's Day weekend said, "This is not a movie for your kids. It's not." My kid was bored. My kid couldn't keep up with this. My kids got rowdy in the theaters. What have you?
Yeah,
it couldn't keep their attention. If you don't have a kids movie and you have a kids franchise, it's not good.
Yeah. At least, like, you got to have stuff, even if it's not exactly a kids movie, you got to have stuff happening to keep the kids entertained.
Pretty much.
At least even Star Wars even was never intended as a kids movie, but it worked for kids because at least has the original trilogy, at least because it has something always going on.
Well, that's something else when it gets too serious, there's the comedy duo to break the tension. Yeah,
and give the cheap laugh with the kids.
That's that'll do. I mean, so when they did the Star Wars sequel trilogy, like the very first movie I liked. It wasn't a great movie, but
It wasn't great, but it was
let's be
decent.
honest. Let's be honest about Star Wars movies. They're not great movies. They're very decent movies. They're good movies. I enjoy them. I love them. They're not cinematic masterpieces. Okay, they are a space western with space wizards that use space swords. That's it. Let's be honest about this here.
Well, we can go into an entire hour on Star Wars
This is true.
because, like, part of the reason, like all 6 of the original and prequel movies, they're each a different genre of movie.
They are.
And that's why, like, people went into the prequel trilogy expecting the original trilogy, and they didn't get it because each of the original trilogy is a different genre, and each of the prequel genre is both trying to do the original trilogy in reverse, but do 3 different genres.
Yeah, and then you have the sequel trilogy, and the sequel trilogy they tried to hate promote that in the second movie, and that turned me off. That turned me off so very much to the point where I had legitimate concerns and complaints about the second movie, because Finn was pushed aside for this other girl, and I go, why is Finn not doing all these things?
Yeah,
like he should be the main character.
He was built up as even though he's not a Jedi, he was built up as the main character.
He should have been
like it was going like. Okay, you have Rey and her path.
Even
that's somehow related to the Skywalker legacy, but Finn's the main character here.
And then you also had the issue at the if you haven't seen the second movie ending, I'm screwing you right now. All right. At the end, the girl Finn's gonna have like this big like sacrifice moment with his ship. Instead, the girl pushes him out the way, goes, "Nah, it's my turn." And I'm like, "What do you? No, this is his Han Solo moment."
Yeah, this is his Han Solo moment.
All right, this is the I will sacrifice myself for the good of others moment.
Yeah.
So that was a thing, and that upset me to no end.
Someone said someone best paraphrased the sequel trilogy as the anti-trilogy.
Yep.
The first of the sequels is anti-prequel. The second of the sequels was anti the first sequel, and the third was anti second movie.
I didn't even watch the last one in that series. I couldn't. There was so much bad promotion for the third movie. I was like, listen, I'm tired of you hating me. I don't care. I'm not giving you my money, and I still haven't watched it.
I initially liked the third one because it was putting up double middle fingers to everything with the second movie, and then I realized that it was just completely undoing the second movie, and then you don't have a fucking coherent story anymore.
Yeah, so
it was what's his face raging at Rian Johnson for fucking with his first movie.
There you go. All right,
that's what you get when you go into a trilogy and you don't have a fucking plan.
Let's go into our article. What are we opening with?
Well, we're going to start with Ezra Miller.
Again? Oh, again. Is this about the
that he was found on a farm housing
No. His estate, which is a farm, it houses children and
drugs and guns.
And don't get me wrong, that sounds like a libertarian dream to me.
No, what this sounds like is what they accuse Ezra Miller is living the life they accuse those at Waco of living.
That's the life I just want to have my drugs and my guns and then like my family. But like these kids aren't his family.
They're not his family.
They're just random kids, and I go, that's weird.
That's why I said they're accusing. That's what I said. It looks like Ezra Miller is doing the shit they accused the Branch Davidians of doing.
Oh, those crazy Branch Davidians, whatever.
Anyway. If you want to lose your mind, by the way, look up what really happened at Waco. And now we're canceled.
Now we've been banned off of YouTube. I'm have to go and remember, everyone, if you'd like to go and listen to us, you can find us on everywhere you can listen to podcasts, as well as YouTube, and we are on Rumble. Rumble will always have our replay from our YouTube, as will the podcast. YouTube's the only place we do this live because they're free.
I'm sorry. On my drive down from Ohio, I wanted to listen to something other than current events.
That's okay. So
I found out a YouTube rabbit hole that I probably shouldn't have fallen. I probably shouldn't have fallen down.
Yeah,
and it's stuck in my crawl ever since.
This is why I don't put autoplay on, because if I do, all of a sudden I'm sitting there, I'm like, yes, Christ was right. I should have 2 swords. And everyone's like, no, Christ said turn the other cheek. He also told me to have 2 swords.
No, he said that if you don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy the sword.
And then one guy said, I have 2 swords. He says, good.
But then he yelled at Peter for cutting off a guy's ear.
That's because he didn't kill the guy. Don't make him suffer. Kill him. Why is it hard for people to understand? God. I'm the only Catholic who understands that. I go, listen, like, that's because he didn't kill the man. He made him suffer. Don't make him suffer. Kill him. Show him, like, what are you doing? No, you tell on him to my dad. Send him to my dad. Get him, Dad. Anyway.
Maybe we are closer. I mean, my religion's founder told people to smite, slay, and stab people.
All right, so we still don't know where Ezra Miller actually is.
We don't know where he is.
It's still an ongoing trying to figure out where he is. If I were to guess, I'd say a country without U.S. extradition laws.
Yeah.
If I were to guess.
Somewhere in South America.
Yeah. Again, the DC EU is dead. They still don't know what to do with the Flash movie. If they're smart, they'll just kill it off.
Yeah.
Or if they're really smart, they'll use Michael Keaton scenes and put it in a Batman Beyond movie. All I want is Terry McGinnis, by God damn it. That's all I fucking want. Been screaming about a Batman Beyond movie since like 1990 freaking 9. You're breathing into the mic a little bit there.
Oh, sorry.
All right, what's next on the docket? Now that I've mentioned that my dream goal is to have a large ranch full of drugs and guns. Hi, feds. By the way, if you are watching this and you would like to join the crew, we would like to find a girl with a cute sounding voice to be a VTuber for us, to do a weekly podcast we call My Anime Podcast Host is a Fed. And those who are in on the joke will understand, and those who don't won't watch.
There's already a VTuber like that, though.
No. I thought I was being original.
They don't let her do what she wants to do anymore. They kind of told her to cut it back after she made fun of Ethan Ralph.
So you're saying we have to put her on Rumble? Got you. Got you.
I thought that was the plan to begin with.
I mean, it is. I can't trust YouTube's TOS to not change suddenly. All right, next thing.
Paramount CEO says streaming service will not remove old content some may find offensive.
So you're
the fact they're using a picture from Tropic Thunder is perfect.
1 second, I have a video clip for this.
Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys, getting money, playing niggas like dummies.
That was good. I just have all of these clips I've been holding on to for various things.
But you never find the right moment for them.
Yes, and now I found one for this one. So finally, a movie company saying, yeah, this movie might not be for you. We're not editing it. You don't have to watch it. It's on demand. You don't have to watch it. No one's gonna force you to watch it.
Well, this is kind of the scales. Paramount balancing the scales. They've got to do
I'm
some. They've got to do something to balance out Star Trek Discovery.
I thought that's what Star Trek Under the Decks. What the heck was that?
Lower
that
Deck.
cartoon? Lower Decks. I thought that was the balance.
Lower Decks is still. Well, Star Trek is always progressive, and Lower Decks is no exception.
Yeah, but it's
But
not like
it's not in your face.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Lower Decks is Star Trek South Park.
That's really all that I want. I just want Star Trek South Park. That's all that I need.
If we're going down that of what we want out of Star Trek, all I want is a Dominion War action series. All I want is a Kira class. I want a Kira class Macross on my TV screen.
I'm
battles.
just waiting on Star Trek the anime. That's all that I want.
Well, in my perfect world, that Dominion War series would be an anime.
Anyway,
that way they can have the budget to do big epic space battles.
Anyway, I'm gonna wait for people to try and re-cancel Robert Downey Jr. now that he's not only working with Johnny Depp, he's also the black guy in Tropic Thunder.
Oh Lord.
That reminds me, I saw someone trying to make fun of Clarence Thomas, and they have the scene in Tropic Thunder where he's taking off the makeup, and I'm like, wow, that's racist, but that's still funny. Thank you, liberal white woman. God damn.
Why is it only the only comments I get about my rainbow Gadsden flag sticker are from people on the left, and it always seems to include the F slur for some reason.
Oh,
speaking of that.
Oh, do we have an article on that?
No, we don't. No, I was just saying in general because it happened again to me today. Now that I'm back in DC for a week.
Oh, that's very easy because they can't deal with the fact that libertarians don't give a fuck about
their feelings.
One and two, it's like, listen, be gay, just have guns.
Yeah, everyone has a right to protect themselves.
And that should be an ongoing thing. I'm very confused by what most people do because they're like, this thing. I go, you don't make any goddamn sense. Okay, you don't like. I've watched a few people sit there and scream at me that their rights are being taken away after the whole Roe v. Wade thing, and I kind of stared and went, "You live in New York State. What the hell what are you yelling at me about?" I've listened to people not understand things, and I go, "You guys don't make any sense. You guys need to calm down." No one makes any sense anymore. I need everyone to just calm. Oh, nice. I need everyone to just calm the hell down. Relax.
Anyways,
yeah, politics has been all over the news lately. I can't get away from it.
It's hard to. It's hard to. It's gotten so inundated that even when I escape to old video games, it nags at the back of your mind, and that sucks.
Yep, it doesn't help that people keep trying to bring me things like, see, the X-Men, blah blah blah. I go, listen, the X-Men was good writing. You being a shitty writer does not.
You being a crappy writer does not make up for whatever point you're trying to make.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what
your point you're trying to make. That's backwards. Excuse me. The point you're trying to make does not make up for the fact that you're a crap writer.
Yeah, that's my usual go-to. It's like, listen, you being a crappy writer does not make up for this. I'm very like, I understand you're trying to do good. Stop. You're not helping. That's one of my issues. All right, what's next on the docket? Now that I know that I should get Paramount Plus. Does Paramount have Stargate? Who has Stargate?
Stargate's all over the place.
I know, but problem is it's not all in one place.
Last I checked, it's not on Paramount Plus.
All right, I have to figure out where, because I can watch Stargate, the original series, to a certain point on Prime, but Universe is no longer on Prime.
I
And
never watched Universe. I need to
Universe
change
ends
that.
on such a downer that I'm like, so season 3? Season 3? You can't end on a cliffhanger, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, you can when you don't think the show's going to get canceled, and then it does.
I mean, it was a Stargate show. It wasn't. It's not supposed to get canceled. It's supposed to keep going forever until eventually which is why which is why the ending of Stargate happened 20 different times throughout the entire series. They're like, okay, yeah, we're probably not getting a next season, so let's end it here. Oh wait, no, let's.
You're not wrong.
Oh no, we're not.
You're not wrong.
How many big bads did they go through? There was Raw, and then Locke, and then
Anubis multiple times.
Anubis more than a few times, and then
we killed Anubis. Oh, he ascended. Now he's back. Now he's dead again.
Daniel's dead. He's alive. He's dead again. He's alive. He's dead. He's alive. He's evil. He's good.
I was watching some random SG1 episode, and it's like Daniel died, and someone it's everyone's sad, but so it must have been an extra, or someone said again. It's like this show is way too self-aware.
Okay, next article.
Oh, before we move on though.
All right.
If you do get Paramount Plus, some of the shows don't have the full seasons.
Wait, what?
Like I've been mainlining Jag for whatever reason.
That's a weird choice, but okay, I'm listening.
But for what they don't have all the rights to the clips they use in some episodes.
Okay.
So like half the second season, and like there's huge gaps in like every season except the first season. And it's extremely frustrating.
Weird, but okay. All right. Very weird. All right. Good to know. Good to know. What's next?
We just spent like 10 minutes on Star Wars.
Oh yeah. So the Disneyland, the Star Wars Rise of the Resistance ride, which if you haven't done in Disney World, Disneyland, Disney World, Tokyo, go to Tokyo. It's the better one. They have this trackless ride that's fun, and it's an 18-minute experience thing. It has a whole bunch of parts and moving things. It's a lot of fun. I've gone to it. It's super fun. That being said, it broke down 3 separate times
In one day.
In one day, because well, it's a trackless ride. There's a lot of moving parts to it. There's lots of actors involved. There's a ton of things going on to this great experience, but they aren't allowing for proper maintenance. They aren't allowing for things to happen to be double checked. They aren't running their checks in Disneyland, mostly because they are low on people.
Is this the successor to Star Tours? Because I haven't been to Disney. I haven't been to Disney in a minute.
This is part of the Star Wars.
I know it's part of the
Galaxy,
the Galaxy's Edge, but I haven't been to I first went I went to last time I was at Disney. It was like before the first of the sequels came out.
Okay, yeah.
Disney owns Star Wars now, so
yeah. I first got on this in Japan actually.
Okay.
When the first sequel came out, they had this thing available. It didn't have all the parts to it that it does now.
Okay.
And then I got on this again last year when I went to visit family in Florida. And you know, you're in Florida. You're there for a week. Might as well hit up Universal. Might as well hit up Disney.
When you're in Central Florida.
Yeah.
It's a little hard when you're on the Panhandle.
Panhandle or one of the islands.
Yeah, if you're on the Panhandle or you're in South Florida, you're on the beach. If you're on the Panhandle, you're getting drunk on the beach.
On a boat.
Probably.
I'm getting drunk on a boat. Let's be honest. If I'm on the Panhandle, I'm on a boat. And if we end up in Mexico, we end up in Mexico. That's happened more than a few times. I've woken up. Where are we? Mexico. Why? I'm lying there, and the guy's like, Darren, what's he saying? He wants our passports. We don't have our passports. They're in the top drawer. Did you pack our passports? Yes. Why?
Yes.
We were going fishing, and you bought 7 kegs. I knew where we were going. And he goes, I didn't buy 7 kegs. There's only 2 here. No, you bought 7.
On 7.
There's 2 left on the boat. God knows where the others are.
We don't know what the others ones are.
I'm not admitting to causing any ecological harm to the Gulf of Mexico. Somewhere there was a very drunk shark.
Last time I was on the Panhandle, I had to walk 4 miles to a fucking 7-Eleven. That was an awkward conversation.
Anyway,
with-
so
I walk up to a 7-Eleven, have a shotgun slug over my shoulder. Other out-of-towners were like, why do you have a shotgun to go to the convenience store? Because I just walked 4 miles and it's Florida.
might run into an alligator.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't know why people. Anyway,
Anyways,
California Disneyland's having issues with employees and keeping people who can keep the maintenance of their more aggressive rides. At the same time, they're trying to build another one of those Star Wars cruise ships, and I go, no, I don't. No. They've also decided to start pushing towards Disney adults, people who have big, deep pockets, and trying to price
the whales.
Yeah, and they're trying to price out like the normal middle class and lower class people.
That's not long-term sustainable.
That's not even short-term sustainable. I'm sorry, but Disneyland and Disney World are fun, but they're not high-end, big money fun.
Yeah.
If people want to do that, they'll go to Dubai. It's actually cheaper to just go to Dubai than do your stupid cruise.
It's getting to that point because I just looked at, I might go to Florida again. Let's see what Disney World's like.
Too expensive.
Like, no, not on my student budget.
Now, Disney World Tokyo still keeping things with the family, still adding things like that. So it's like, because Tokyo has a thing in their contract saying we will run the park the way that we want to. And Disney was like, sure, and they still have that contract. So
nice.
they're still like family oriented. It's still a lot of fun. Although there's lots of like teenagers on like dates I see there, and I go, that's adorable. Like, Japanese teenagers on dates are adorable as hell looking. I'm like, wow. Wow, anime romances are real. Crap. like they're real. Fuck. I came here too late. I'm old now.
I've been anime didn't lie to me.
I
arrived too late.
I have arrived too late. I should have come here in my early 20s. Damn it, Darren. Why'd you go to Europe in your early 20s to get drunk for a year? Oh, yeah. I went to Europe to get drunk for a year. And high. That was a good year.
Do you regret it?
No. I learned a lot of languages. I don't remember how to speak any of them, but I learned them. Every once in a while, you'll hear me just swap into a different language, and they're just like, where did that come from? 4 months in this country. Why? I don't know. I was drunk. I was high. There was this hot chick.
Anyways.
Moving on to the next article.
Moving into video games.
Video game news. Are we opening with Persona?
Persona.
So Persona 3, 4 Golden, and 5 Royal are coming to the Switch. 2 weeks ago, we commented on the fact that these games were coming to PC and Xbox as part of the Game Pass. And yay for you guys who have Game Pass on Xbox. But now I get these games for the Switch, which means I have to buy them all over again.
Yay! I get to buy Persona 4, dump 30 hours into it, and not finish it again.
Finish the goddamn game. At least finish the main mission so that you get to the extra dungeon area, and then you can quit there because F it.
I'm about to that point, not in Persona, but in Trails of Cold Steel 2. So it's
No,
like
this
this
epilogue
epilogue
is
keeps
just forever.
going.
The epilogue of Trails 2 was just, which is why I'm like, okay, good, we're done. There's no more game. Trails of Cold Steel 3, you motherfucker.
I keep it's like I was going to. There's stuff I want to go back and do in 2, in New Game Plus, but at this point, I'm never going to get to it. I'm just going to say fuck it and go to 3.
You have to do New Game Plus because there's a whole different storyline that gets added.
I know.
That's an issue.
I want to see that, but I need to get past this freaking epilogue, and I'm not even to the dungeon part of the epilogue. Why does the epilogue have a dungeon?
Is it the dungeon with Lloyd, or is it the other dungeon?
I already did that.
Oh,
There's one in the schoolhouse, old schoolhouse.
Oh, right. You have to you'll see. Anyway.
And I'm not even there yet because I'm not done with all the free day missions.
I'm sorry. You have to say goodbye to everyone because everyone else is taking the free you can graduate today clause, and you're going, I'm going to stay through and finish school.
Well, that's because Reen's not going to be able to pass because he's been off in the army for a month. He's been too busy putting Crossbell under his boot because Daddy told him to.
Daddy, do you love me now? I have to destroy another resistance. Come on, Daddy, love me now. Another one. Okay, Daddy, please love me. All right.
Oh, I effing threw. Oh, that Lloyd Reen fight. I forgot how much of a pain in the ass I spec Reen out to be. I effing threw things. About my third time was like I spec my character too good, and now I have to fight him.
I warned you. I said, listen, just a quick reminder. You have to fight your character. What does that mean? You'll see.
You'll see.
You'll see. It was even worse for me because mine was like ultimate no, 3. Like, oh, you want to cast magic? No. Oh, you want to move? No.
No.
Would you like to have a turn? No.
Mine was denial of turns and building CP on every hit. So it's just like because my playstyle is to cheese things with the ultimate attacks.
Oh,
that was painful.
Oof. See, my Reen was my crowd control guy. He was also my very first move. So like, F you. You're not doing anything. It didn't help that Black Rabbit was there too.
Oh, she's annoying as well.
Yeah. Anyway, so
but it's like I get her under control and almost dead, and then Reen goes and pulls Gale out of his pulls out Gale, and I don't have a turn for the next 10 minutes. That's great. I'm going to die. Alrighty.
Anyway.
Oh, speaking of Nintendo Switch and Microsoft, Nintendo Switch is getting Xbox 360 exclusives.
Yes. I have been waiting years for the exclusives to just say fuck it and go everywhere. And it's happened with PlayStation first because PlayStation lost all their money first when they started censoring all the boobies. And not like the good boobies. Or I'm like, just the anime boobies. I go, why are we censoring anime boobies? But then, I can still have like a giant penis in Cyberpunk 2077. I'm banned from Twitch again, but by the way.
Oh, what? Wait, what did you do now?
I looked in the mirror with my character, not realizing that my dick would be hanging out. I was like, I'm just going to play 2077 for a little while. And I took a nap, and then for some reason, my armor didn't
come back on.
Come back. I was like, I'm tired of this hairstyle. Let me go change my hairstyle. So I go to the mirror, and I'm not wearing any clothes. My dick's hanging out. I go, fuck. And like 5 minutes later, ping.
I'm sorry.
It's like it's not my fault. The game glitched. It forgot that I was wearing clothes.
The fact that this time it was completely on accident.
I wasn't even playing like my Fuda character. I was playing a regular guy.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
It's one thing because like I blank out my screen when I know a sex scene is coming up in the thing, because I'm like, okay, let me blank out the screen, and then I'll take those clips and of the actual thing and I'll put up on Hentai Gaming on Rumble. You guys can check them out there. How are those monetized, by the way? The point is, you can totally pick up chicks in a tank. Anyway,
speaking of picking up chicks in a tank, have you seen any of the new episodes of Ruby yet?
I didn't send you the clip of the Ruby anime I found.
You didn't send me the clip.
I will send you the clip later.
I've been meaning to watch it, but I just haven't had time.
It's just the very first fight they had with that big Raven thing, but it's done so well. You're like, wow, this really gave it justice. It's great. Very well done.
It finally made it, so you're saying it finally brought Mani's vision to life.
Yes. Instead
of it being the how did I describe the first season again? Oh, yeah, the fruit of his sleep deprivation from being overworked on Red versus Blue.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, so what games? Because I forgot what the hell they were at this point. Cause I sent this to you.
It looks like Bullet Soul.
Cool.
Which was both a 360 exclusive and a Japan only release.
Was it a Japan only release? I remember playing it.
It was originally a Japan only release, and then it got exported. Oh, and its sequel.
Nice. Excellent. Good. Soon. Now,
at some point, I want like some of the first party stuff to come out. I want Fable. I want Halo.
I really don't think we're going to be putting Halo on the Switch. Let's be honest here. It's going to just be a PC game forever. It's going to be your best bet.
Probably.
As for Fable, I remember playing Fable and going, this game's okay. Everyone made a huge good and evil, raw. And I go, eh.
Back in the day when you didn't have good RPG options outside of KOTOR for Xbox. It was pretty good.
Yeah, but it was also when KOTOR was out and Jade Empire was out, and I was like KOTOR and Jade Empire does this better. And then like a year or two later, or like 5 years later, we got Mass Effect. I'm like, this is much better.
Yeah, Mass Effect kind of set the bar. Although Mass Effect kind of went different because I don't fully consider Mass Effect a straight RPG. It's an action RPG.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of KOTOR in its DNA. There's also a lot of Gears of War in its DNA.
Yeah. What's next on the docket?
The next software from the makers of from Elden Ring and
Elden Ring, Souls.
So the next Souls game is in development. Oh, their next game.
The next game. I'm not sure if it'll be a Souls game, but the next game is in development.
It's an unannounced project.
So I'm hoping this is the space feature that I keep hearing they're making. But at the same time, why would they make a space feature when that they've pretty much rounded everything on sword combat?
Laser sword game.
Can they do laser swords? Because
The Star Wars not being licensed by Star Wars, but the Star Wars game that LucasArts that Disney and EA refused to give us. Although EA doesn't have exclusivity over Star Wars games anymore.
yeah, suck it, EA. All right, so I'm very excited about this because, well, I'm not really that excited about this because I'm terrible at Souls type games.
I suck at Souls games.
I'm still trying to play Code Vein, and I'll be honest with you, I cheese that son of a bitch so bad, but it only works if I have room. I'm a ranged character, so I'm stuck in this part of the game where I have a mini boss to go and take on, but I'm in a tiny ass room and I go fuck, because I'm like, okay, my style of combat is fuck you, fireball.
I think I've put like 6 or 7 hours into Code Vein.
I've put so many hours into Code Vein, and I'm stuck in the same spot, and I go, I'm just gonna start leveling things up at this point because I don't know what else to do besides
What else? You
just
don't know
start
what else
leveling.
to
I can't.
do. The more I play Code Vein, the more I realize that Souls
it's a very
games aren't
small
my
area.
thing. Go ahead.
That's been my issue too. I learned that Souls games are not meant for me.
They're not, as much as I like RPGs.
fuck?
They're not for Souls games aren't for me.
I didn't understand that.
My phone is listening to us.
Hi, NSA.
Hi, FBI. Again, if you would like to join us and be our VTuber for our weekly podcast, my anime podcast host is a Fed. We would gladly have you.
Oh Lord. Anyways.
Anyway, so those of you who like this game, you guys are gonna love it. Me personally, it's not my cup of tea. I'll probably play it just to play it, but I'll never finish it. I'll never beat it.
Yeah. I haven't even. I'm waiting for a Steam sale for it.
Speaking of Steam sales,
I don't think I have a Steam sale article.
really? Never mind then. We'll do it next week.
Okay. All I know about Steam sales is I picked up a lot of Trails games.
I will say there's a Nintendo Switch sale right now. You can get like a lot of games for 50% off.
Yeah, and the Steam summer sale is in progress, but I haven't seen anything that's caught my eye other than old stuff that I should have played years ago.
Yeah, and PlayStation's doing their usual 75% game thing. If you get a chance, there's an AI something is like $5 right now. It's a really interesting JRPG kind of Danganronpa-esque game where you're trying to figure out who's killing people.
Oh, speaking of AIs and Switch stuff, I don't have an article for this, but I saw they're coming out with a Switch port of Nier Automata.
Really?
Maybe it'll be better than the Steam release of Nier Automata, which is garbage. Like
You
I want to finish Nier Automata, but it keeps crashing on me.
Remove some of the mods. You can't have the big titty mod at the same time.
I have no mods. This is
I don't
the stock
believe you.
game. This is the stock game.
I don't believe you. What is that? No. Yes.
Okay. So next on the docket. We've already started talking about Roe. Sony Studios defied Jim Ryan's neutrality request after Roe v. Wade overturned.
This is funny because after Sony just said we aren't getting into politics, they also went,
after years of being in politics, they learned a lesson, but the studios didn't.
Hey, you know what? Here, I'm going to say it out loud so people understand this. This is a highly capitalistic move. This is really good for the overall bottom line of the company. Here's why. Abortions are pro-capitalism because if I have to pay maternity leave for a woman, she's out of work for several months. I have to pay for her to be out of work for several months. She's not here to be productive in the company. I have to hire someone else to temporarily work for her. I'm paying twice as much now for someone who might not be as competent. I have to teach them how to do their job, so I'm losing productivity. I'm paying twice as much. Well, if I spend like $2,800 on an abortion, bing, bam, boom, she's out, she's back, boom, 2 days off. Capitalism. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
That Chiron lives on.
That Chiron lives on. Oh, God. I'm not saying you're not wrong. I'm being very careful with what I say with Roe v. Wade because my views piss everyone off.
My view is pretty much what we got. Just hand it off to the states. Be very aware of what's going on in your local state government. Stop trying to make Big Daddy government.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Hey, you've had I'm very pro-abortion, but I'm very return it to the states.
I'm very anti Big Daddy government.
As am I. I'd rather have this issue decided by.
I probably shouldn't say that while wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Probably not. both of us have said some things, and we're both wearing floral shirts at the moment.
No, you're not. You're wearing a green thing.
No, that's because of the city light. It's actually pink.
There you go.
Well, it's gray and pink with sakura blossoms all over it.
I'm wearing a traditional Hawaiian shirt. By traditional, I mean what I would wear to the beach, being a fat white guy who likes to party.
Anyways, so yeah, I was like, dude, you also had 50 years to enshrine this in your state's laws, and a lot of states did. New York did,
Colorado did, New Jersey did, Virginia did, surprisingly.
Virginia only partially did. They tried to do it last General Assembly session, but I
thought they got up to like the second trimester or whatever.
They were gonna extend it even further, but then the governor came out and said abortion after birth. Got caught on a hot mic saying that, and everyone went.
That was not a hot mic. That was a radio show. That was not hot mic.
I say hot mic because it was an act. He said the quiet part out loud.
Whatever.
Anyway, but he got caught saying that, and everyone went.
You know what I find very amusing is that all these companies are saying we'll pay for your abortion, but none of them are willing to add better maternity leave or better quality of life for mothers. So I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's really interesting because
capitalism.
Yeah,
it is cheaper for me to let you abort the child than it is for you to have it. So if you would be so kind as to do what's best for the company, wage slave.
What they don't realize, hey, if you treat if you actually yeah, it'll hurt you for the next year, but hey, you have a loyal employee now, and you might end up with 2 loyal employees because of the person you hired to replace that person while they were away.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. That's the longer term goal, but business is all about short-term gains, and now it's better for the company if we pay for you to go get that abortion.
Yeah, which is weird. So that's Sony saying F it.
Yeah.
Other companies have done the same. I think Tesla did the same thing. I have to double check. There's lots of companies, but so Sony was the first one to do it, and Forbes was like, look, video gamers, take that, gamers. We all went, okay.
Yeah, but the way it started was the head of Sony Studio said, "Hey, let's not talk about this."
Like
And the studios already had canned responses anyway.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're gonna piss off about almost about half the country. Okay,
Whatever.
whatever.
I don't care that much. Next article.
Oh, why is this? What?
This is about a
I'm sorry. I'm just raging it a minute about how this didn't. Whoever did the web design did not test it on all aspect ratios, and now I'm angry.
why is that why it looks all weird?
Yeah, because I don't have two monitors, so like this is half my screen.
So I believe this is the article.
This is how it's supposed to be.
Oh, the Hideo Kojima. Okay.
Yeah, the Hideo Kojima's Project Overdose.
All right. So, first of all, Kojima said he had an idea that was very much like The Boys, the TV show from Amazon. If you have not watched The Boys, check it out. It's a good overall TV show about messed up superheroes. It's very interesting. It's very bloody.
That's going to be one of those things that I am going to enjoy the F out of about 3 years from now, but you're ramming it down my throat right now, so I'm resisting it.
I would highly suggest checking. They have 2 seasons out, and the 3rd season is currently playing. So if you want to check it out,
I've heard very good things from multiple people about it.
Yeah, it's a very good overall thing. I haven't checked out the animated series of it yet, but that's mostly me going, I'm not going to watch an animated series of a show that's live action. This makes no sense. Like, I'm not doing this to myself. But at first he was like, this is what I wanted to make, but I can't because this TV show exists. So I made something else entirely different, and it's a Silent Hill game.
You mean he's finally doing his Silent Hill game?
Yes, but he's removing Norman Reedus from it. He's putting someone else in there.
Okay.
So I don't really care. Kojima games are always interesting. I mean, interesting.
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 They're always a hell of a ride. They're not always good, but they're
not always good. They're always interesting. I'm never bored. I'm just always like, I don't know what there are games where I go, I don't know what the hell just happened.
Yeah, they're what was the one he did after Metal Gear Solid 5? Death Stranding, I think.
Death Stranding, where
that was the one I tried playing. I was like, why am I doing any of this?
I was like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I have to carry this baby apparently. Why am I carrying a baby?
It's like, why am I doing this? How many drugs were involved in creating this plot?
I was like, what is going on in this? You know, even if you do it high, you're like, I don't know what's going on, but I have to keep walking.
There needs to be that kind of experimentation, but at the same time, they're not everyone's cup of tea.
It's really not. So
I'm not sure Death Stranding is anyone's cup of tea.
I've heard people like sit there and tell me how good it is, and I go, "It's a walking simulator. Calm down."
Wait, people think it's actually good?
They're the same people who would like sniff Kojima's farts because they think he's a artistic masterpiece. They're Ono, but in America. Does that help?
As someone who likes Otto, yeah, that helps.
Okay. Anyway, so his next thing, there's a lot of rumors going on. He's finally got a name for it. So I'm excited to see what this is. I'm assuming this is about drugs because of the overdose.
Picture. And overdose.
Overdose. So I'm hoping it's about like a strange drug-filled reality with monsters and all kinds of things, and understanding one's psychology and what it is to be human and things like that. That would interest the hell out of me, and I'd probably play it. But at the same time, I'd have to be high. So
I don't have time to be high.
So that's a thing. Next on actually, what was your thoughts before we go next?
Um, like everything Kojima does, it sounds interesting, but it's probably not my cup of tea.
I
Almost
mean,
nothing he does is my cup of tea.
you didn't like.
Even Metal Gear Solid. Like I love the concept of Metal Gear Solid, but Kojima does Kojima things in it.
My number
I'm
one
looking
problem.
at you. I'm looking at you. Unskippable 90-minute cutscenes. Metal Gear Solid 4.
At least, I mean, the first 2 hours of Metal Gear Solid 5, where you're just lying in bed. I'm like, what is this game? Why am I here?
Why am I here in this canyon?
Why am I lying in this bed for 2 hours with the same song on repeat? And the worst part is it's on cassette, so it finishes click. Like, god damn it. God damn it. I like Bowie.
I
do.
think my favorite goddamn it Kojima moment was I was playing I was at a friend's house playing Metal Gear Solid 2. And it was that scene where it makes you think you died. It makes you think you died and had a game over and turns the game off. And because it was a Sony Trinitron I was playing on, because it was at my friend's house, it matched his TV. And I was salty as shit.
The problem with that is it happens in the middle of a huge giant battle.
Yeah.
So you're just like, fuck.
I almost broke his PS2.
Look, the only thing better than that is, was Kojima ever involved in the Raiden game? Because the Raiden game is just a trip. I don't know. I have played that game several times, and I don't know what's going on in it. To this day, I couldn't explain to you the plot line at all.
If he wasn't involved in the Raiden game, whoever was in charge of it did a bunch of fucking acid to try to match Kojima.
It was like
on a
watching
Tuesday.
Buckaroo Banzai again. I go, I'm having a lot of fun. The movie finished. What was it about? I don't even know.
I have no
There
idea.
were aliens and like going through the Earth by going through the subparticles between dimensions, and his girlfriend came back from the future or something. I lost track. But at the end, he was flying a spaceship going to the moon. Why? I couldn't tell you, but the black kid had an AK-47. He looked like he was having a good time. And that pretty much sums up all Kojima video games. Next article.
Oh, Final Fantasy 16 doesn't have American voice acting because of angry Americans.
We have UK voice actors. And I'm sitting here going, oh, so it's going to be like Xenoblade. Xenoblade doesn't have any American voice actors.
They don't have any. That's one thing that kind of bothered me about Xenoblade. It's like, this is way too JRPG to be this British.
And Scottish.
So Scottish at points.
Did I remember to add the Count Dankula memes? Excuse me, Supreme Court Justice Dankula.
You know, he's still getting shit from people who think he's a Supreme Court Justice. Even though he's reverted back. Even though he's reverted back to Count Dankula, people still think he's a Supreme Court Justice.
I'm like he's still getting like people yelling at him about being a Supreme Court Justice, but he changed his art.
He's still getting death threats.
You've gone full robot. Okay, there we go.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
like, how could you
so
be
Final
this
Fantasy
dumb?
16 Square Enix have decided to not use any American voice actors because of a lot of the backlash. For some reason, voice actors are getting a lot of shit right now from various political parties, and I don't really know why.
I don't know why
I blame
either.
Vic. This is all his fault. If you're talking, I can't hear you.
I was just chuckling. Yeah, American voice actors have not had a good time recently. Whatever industry it is. Are you there? Hello?
I'm
Can
not
you
sure
hear
if that's
me?
my internet or your internet that has just gone to shit.
Are you there? Hello?
You're a robot. You might have to leave and come back. There he goes.
Can you see me now? Can you hear me now?
It might be me. Connection is fairly good. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you now. It's me. It's my connection's going to shit. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. You're blurry though. I'm having to resort to the private chat here, folks. You're not saying anything.
1 second. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You just roboted though.
Can you?
I think it's almost time. We've done it now. It's held out for a good hour, ladies and gentlemen. That's better than last time I was back home. And we see, what is Darren doing? Is he going to bounce the router? What are you doing? And he just exited. So Final Fantasy 16 is apparently using British voice actors. That, yeah. If you play Xenoblade, Xenoblade is weird because it's a JRPG and very British. So and he's back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. That was weird.
Yeah, very weird.
I just disconnected my LAN and put it back in place because I was like, okay, that's weird. Like my bit rate dropped to shit. I don't know.
So it's good to know that this time it wasn't me, it was you.
Yes. All right. Let's get your thing back up. We can talk about American voice actors getting shafted. It's funny because Tim Pool just had a voice actor on yesterday who does character he's a character from, I want to say, Dragon Age Inquisition and 2. I think he did Varric.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think he did Varric. I know he did one of the characters. He's of course a British man, but he moved
Varric's
to America.
he didn't sound British. I mean, Varric doesn't have a British Varric doesn't have a British accent.
I know.
The guy yesterday did.
I know, but he also did various other voices that weren't British.
Okay. That'd be cool if he did Varric.
I don't know. I know he said he did Dragon Age Inquisition and a few other Dragon Age games and other BioWare games. I went, crap. What character are you? And I I didn't bother checking too much. I'm getting a lot of fucking reactions from people because someone was like, "I'm not celebrating the 4th of July." I'm like, "I am because of these reasons," and it's all like family and like I want a day where people can come together and not be assholes to each other. Just enjoy stupid crap. Fireworks. Oh crap! When is July 4th?
Next week.
It's Monday. I don't have a July 4th video to share. Oh, that's fine. Anyway, so
Are we gonna do a special July 4th episode?
no, I will be drunk.
I probably will be as well.
Actually, I don't know if I'll be drunk. I will be with family. It's a big family gathering for me. Everyone kind of gets as close to DC as possible without being in DC.
Nice.
So I'll probably be in Maryland or Delaware.
Okay. Actually, if you'll be down that way sometime this weekend, we should probably meet up.
You shouldn't be associated with the rest of my family. It's the
Okay.
whole family. It's the whole family.
Okay. Okay.
It's the whole family. It's best for you.
Okay. I was just saying, since you'll be down here, if you can break away for a minute, we should meet up somewhere.
I'll see. I usually end up in charge of the kids.
Oh, you'll have your hands full. Never mind.
Yeah. So like, we'll go on the river for a little bit. I'll have the kids with me. Anyone who can't swim gets swimmies. Anyone who can swim, I have to keep an eye on. And
Nice.
then we'll go from there to the fairgrounds. I say the fairgrounds. It's just a big area where the family has a field that can't grow anything. So,
Oh, nice.
So we'll set up the carnival rides. People will have fun, make some food, play some games, football, volleyball.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like a little fair when your family's like 200, 300 deep.
I forgot how big your family is.
Well, the family's big because the family stays together. We all separate, but then we all come together for like large holidays. And July 4th is just one of those holidays. It's one of those holidays where most people can get away because even the people who are government workers aren't working.
They get that day off,
Mm-hmm. And they're
usually liberal with leave around that time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, and I usually try to make sure I can get to the area because I enjoy seeing everyone. And with me being the top person right now in the family for keeping everyone together, it's good for me to stay in the area in case someone decides to have a stupid talk about politics. And we're here to talk about anything the fuck else.
Anything that the hell else. Yeah.
Talk about something else.
I actually don't know what I'm doing for July 4th yet. I'm in the right area for it, but I'm not sure what I'm doing yet.
I know what you're doing. You're staying away from any and all protests. Going
Well,
to a barbecue.
One thing I like to do is to go to the Nats game on the 4th because that's in the morning. But I haven't decided if I really want to go. I haven't decided if I want to go downtown yet.
I gotcha. All right.
I'm not going to be downtown past 3 p.m. because then it gets fucking insane. I've made that mistake.
Oof.
I've made that mistake multiple times.
Sounds like a bad plan. All right. So there will be no American voice actors. You'll get British voices for Final Fantasy 16 because,
Which is weird.
Let's be honest here. Square Enix might be trying to either save money or they're sick and tired of dealing with American voice actors and the union.
That could be that. Are video game voice actors unionized?
Some are, some aren't. It's
because I know cartoon ones are, anime ones are not, but to compete they pay union rates.
Yeah, that's the issue. Paying union rates even if you're not union. All right, what's next?
PS4 gets what PS4 gets Omari.
Yes. I have waited.
I was looking at the headlines just like, okay, what game is this?
Amari, which was a Kickstarter game, what, 5-6 years ago? How long ago was
2014.
This? Jesus Christ.
2014.
That's 8 years?
8 goddamn years.
So they finally got this game. out of
At least
development.
it came out in the same generation. Because we're not counting it being the PS5 generation yet. Because you can't get one.
You can now. They're available now.
You can't get one. I
I
refuse to
can.
believe you.
I can. I'm just not going to spend the money on it because there's nothing on the PS5 I want to
There's
play.
nothing on. Yeah, there's nothing on it I want to play.
Like,
it would be FF7R maybe, and that's also a PS4 game, and I don't have time for that anyway because it's 30 hours to get through the first 4 hours of the original FF7, and I've only put 2 hours into the original FF7. Why would I play? Why would I play the longer version of it?
I'm still angry about Final Fantasy VII. Don't talk. Don't talk to me.
There were you reset all the FF7 articles from last week, and I almost put them in, but just like, I don't have time for you to talk about to rant about FF7 for an hour.
No,
As entertaining as that would be.
So Amari's finally coming out. So those of you who've been waiting, congrats! You will finally have your game. It'll be $30 when it finally comes out, if it isn't already out.
Yeah, it's finally come to PS4. Apparently last week it came to Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X.
Mm-hmm.
It was delayed at the last second for PS4.
They were probably having licensing issues with Sony PlayStation Store, which is weird because they've always been very easy to get stuff on there. But now, at least in the indie game scene, as I know it, if you want to get a console game out, Switch is your best bet. They have the lowest, not standard, but the lowest amount of like weird stringent things they need done to keep the game on the store.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo is traditionally the hardest to get things out on.
Now Nintendo not only doesn't care, they won't even censor games. Like, put it on there. If it isn't porn, you're good. If it is porn, remove the porn, and it's good. And I'm like, okay then.
Having played some games recently for Switch, it's been like, how did this get past the Nintendo censors?
Nintendo don't care about censors no more. Nintendo went, we can't compete with our current development team. Third-party publishers, what would you like to put on our things? Boobies and ass? Boobies and ass it is.
That's weird that Nintendo also has the first party, like, lack of first party stuff, because Nintendo's always had the strongest first party. They've got Link, Mario, and Metroid. What else do you effing need for first party?
Unfortunately, you can only do Link, Mario, and Metroid so many times
before people get upset. Before
people are annoyed and they don't want to bother anymore. I mean, even the Mario Soccer game came out recently, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm not gonna play it.
Mario Soccer again? Okay.
Oh, we have a new Mario Party. Yay! This is like what, the 12th game? Okay. Mario Kart 9. I
haven't even bought Mario Kart 8 yet. They're coming out with 9. Ugh.
I don't even know what number they're on. Here's the final Smash Bros. Oh, cool. I played it. I bought it. I played it. I'm like, okay. And then I was done.
Now it's like, here's all of these fighters for it because we're gonna milk this forever.
I'm gonna milk this for as long as I can. Here, we added Kingdom Hearts. You already gave me Cloud. I don't really need Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts is just a Final Fantasy game with Disney characters. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. Anyway, so this game finally comes out. If you want to go and check it out, go ahead and check it out. It's $30. It might be on sale right now because of the Switch sale, but I have to go and double check on that. There's a lot of things on sale, including, like, I saw Mario Odyssey on sale. I go, wow, first party developer games are never on sale.
Never on Switch.
Not on Switch. I'm like, wow, it's like 30% off, so you're getting a $60 game for like $40-something or $30. That's still cheaper than.
It's cheaper than normal, but it's still. Oh, this is an older game that's still expensive AF.
Astral Chain was on there for like $40. I go, good thing I bought that for $20 when I saw it at GameStop forever ago. I told people you should buy this game. To go, nah, I don't think I'm gonna like it. And now they're like, oh, have you played this game? Yes, I'm the one who told you to buy it.
I think I have that, but I just haven't played it yet.
I think you said you gave it to like one of your younger cousins or something.
No.
All right.
No,
Any of it.
no, that was my PSP that I gave to my younger. I didn't give to my younger cousin. My younger cousin took it away from me and gave it to her little brother, who threw it down the stairs.
I was no
I buy
the,
PSP.
the Astral Chain game. I remember you said you were looking to buy a game for one of your cousins. I said this game.
No, I got him Mortal Kombat, and I bought that at the same time.
Oh, okay. Mortal Kombat, really? Okay, whatever.
I wanted something. I wanted something that was sort of inexpensive that I knew we would enjoy, but was safe. And Mortal Kombat safe.
Say that again, because it's Mortal Kombat. I don't know about safe. It's violent. It's fun.
I meant safe as in it's going to be enjoyable.
Okay. Yeah.
If that makes any sense. No matter what Mortal Kombat you play, it's probably going to be enjoyable.
Yeah.
On some level.
It's kind of like a friend of mine was asking me, if there was a game I would suggest that's like cheap right now, and I went, yeah, you can get Tales of Vesperia on PS4 for like $10. He goes, isn't that game old? I go, yeah, buy it anyway. It goes, yeah, but it doesn't look like I haven't played any other games. You don't have to.
You don't have to
play any of the games. Just play it, and it has that cute, quirky Tales art style that I loved until they changed it all in Arise, and I'm upset about that still.
I keep getting ads that Arise is on sale, but it's still like stupid expensive.
It is stupid expensive, and
like 10% off. It's still $50.
If you really want to be pissed off, there's a Sword Art Online versus Kirito boss battle in Tales of Arise, and I went, how does this even fucking work?
What? Like, is it just an illusion?
Kirito in Asuna.
Like, actually Kirito or Asuna, or they look like Kirito and Asuna?
It's
and
them.
It's illusion.
It's them. I don't know if it's them in illusion or whatever, but I saw like a video of someone like doing the boss battle, and I went, was that Asuna? Was that Kirito? And then it goes to cutscene and go, it is Asuna and Kirito. What the fuck is this shit?
It's a DLC.
It's a DLC boss battle, and I went, what is this nonsense? And it's funny because like there was a Sword Art Online DLC for like outfits that was like $40, and I'm like, I'm not buying $40 for a freaking outfit. And it goes, oh no, you also get this DLC with this boss battle. I go, I don't want that either.
And in defense of SAO, I bought the Fatal Bullet or whatever, the GGO game for the GGO SAO game.
That game is fun.
That was like the most fun I had in years with a video game.
Now the Sword Art Online.
The other SAO games are trash.
Game, I've played it, and it is trash. When the game asks if you would like to skip chapters, say yes.
Yes.
Because 29 hours of me playing this game, just going, am I done with this freaking? Am I done with chapter 1 yet? No.
I've noticed
chapter 2.
99.99% of the SAO games are trash, but Fatal Bullet was a lot of fun.
The one with Excel World, I was told was fun too.
Okay.
Well, that's
I don't trust them because most of them are trash.
They're all button masher trash games. That's all I'm going to say about it. I will say this though: when I could finally stop using Kirito as Kirito, change his entire outfit, change weapons, I was like, okay, good, done. That's all I wanted. I was tired of using a sword, which is, by the way, the most broken of all the freaking weapons to use. I'm like, I just want to use a spear. I just want to use a spear. Why? Because I can.
The beautiful thing about the GGO game was you don't play as Kirito, you play as someone else.
Yes. You
interact with all the characters, but you play as someone else. And because they have to fit into a shooter, it's got that third-person Mass Effect shooter element to it,
which is fun. All right. Is that our last article?
That was our last article.
All right.
And we went 90 goddamn minutes.
Well, the 15 minutes of me fixing my screen
10 minutes.
Help. Whatever.
We
I
were
had-
already over time. It happened like 5 minutes after the 1 hour mark. It's like, oh, we got an hour solid of no technical issues. This is great.
Funk. All right. So this has been the Geek. It's that time.
It's that time.
It's that time.
It's that time.
Where the dogs have found a cat or something. They're going nuts outside.
Alrighty.
So this has been the Geek-Posium. You can find us everywhere you listen to podcasts: Spotify, Podbeam, Amazon Podcast, Google Podcast, wherever you can hear us. We will be there. Check us out. Leave us a review. You can find us live every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. unless, of course, we have a sudden change in schedule.
Sorry.
Because cons, because reasons, because movies. And you can, and where I would like to hear you guys see us is on Rumble. Check us out on Rumble, the Geek-Posium. I'm also starting up the hentai gaming channel, and I am serious about this VTuber idea. I am serious about that.
That was just me drunkenly shit posting in our group chat, and now it's
And
a real thing. We're making it a real thing.
99% of hentai cake stuff was me drunk shit posting. Like 99% was me just being drunk going, we should do this. And then no one stopping me, and then me drunkenly doing the work, waking up the next day, finding just notebooks full of information and notes, and going, drunk Darren, your handwriting's terrible, but this is a good idea.
Drunk Darren either gets you into trouble or he's brilliant. Oftentimes both.
Usually both. I make great financial decisions while drunk, which makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
It's like, what did you do, Darren? I spent $700 on alcohol. Oh, wow, that sounds terrible. I made $1,500 that night. What?
How?
How? I don't even know. I was drunk.
I was drunk and buying the tip.
This has been the Geek-Posium. Wishing you all a good overall weekend. And remember, I'm banned from Twitch again.
Again.
This time it's not my fault. It's not like my usual Call of Duty nonsense where I do something that I know is going to be all over the line and someone goes, ban. No, it was me going, I'm just going to play this game for a little bit and explain to people how to build a decent character in Cyberpunk. And it went to shit real fast. I was like,
the game glitched and got you in trouble.
A stupid glitchy game. It has no problem loading like every sex scene, everything that's naughty, but like I'm gonna just change my character's hair real fast. Oh, I forgot you're wearing clothes. There's your dick. And the worst part about it was just like flailing around. I go, that's not good.
Anyways, good night,
Nice,
everybody.